Let's go. Tuesday, March 12th, yesterday, Monday, I sent out the new edition of MMT Trader. If you'd like to get a copy of that, and if you'd like to see the back issues, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and sign up for a 30-day free trial. Remember, I am the only one who has put together an applied approach to MMT. That means I use the concepts of MMT to invest and trade in the markets. And that's what I want to talk about today. Ever since MMT has gone viral over the last month, we really see this explosion of discussion and commentary about MMT. A lot of criticism too, okay? And I talked about that. People like Larry Summers, people like Jerome Powell, Rogoff, the economist at Harvard, all these people, their attacks are not credible attacks. They really raise no points that MMT describes. They just dismiss it out of hand. But one of the things I've also noticed since MMT has gone viral is this question that's being asked a lot in the media: how do you trade MMT? Right? This is now the thing. How do you trade MMT? Has all this claims to have all this potential. It is a new focus of economics. How do you trade MMT? And the answer to that is you don't trade MMT. MMT is not a policy. MMT is a description of how the monetary system functions, okay? You don't trade MMT, you use MMT to trade the markets and invest in the markets, because MMT gives you a correct and a concise understanding of how policy affects markets and how markets behave. That's when you say, how do you trade MMT? That would be like saying, how do you trade science? All right, it's ridiculous. You don't trade science, you use science to explain things you don't understand, or to explain the natural world, or to discover how things work. So when I hear this being asked, to me, again, it just shines light on the fact that these people really don't know what they're talking about. I mean, I've been using MMT to trade and invest for the last 18 years since I got involved with it, okay? Because basically it provides a framework, it provides a framework for the understanding of the economy. All right, it's a tool for you to understand. As a trader, it is a tool which you use to understand the economy and the impact on the economy from various policies. And I've said this before, that everything trickles down from the top in terms of policy. You know, we all hear people say, oh, it's a free market and this and that. They're not free markets. The markets are dictated and shaped by economic policy that emanates from fiscal authorities, governments, monetary authorities, cartels, OPEC, etc. So MMT provides the basis of understanding that. And it gives us a blueprint for what the reaction in the marketplace is going to be. So when you hear people say, how are we going to trade MMT? If you are already a user of MMT, as my subscribers are and people who follow me, you laugh at a question like that, because it shows the ignorance coming from the other side. They still don't understand it. I've had people send me emails saying, Mike, aren't you a little bit concerned that people now are catching on to MMT and they're going to be, it's going to dilute what advantage we have? I say no. And there's a clear example. Take a look at the way the questions they're coming out with. How are we going to trade MMT? As if MMT itself is a policy. No, it is just an understanding of how the economy functions. You use that understanding to trade. You don't trade the understanding. Come on. So I have no worries whatsoever that somehow lots of people are going to now start to understand MMT and apply that in their trading and investing. If anything, I see more criticism emerging, but that is the criticism from the mainstream economics profession. That is like some kind of a wacky religion. They've been wrong about everything forever. And as I've said so many times, if any credible science was shown to have none of its predictions observable in empirical evidence, and they didn't go back to the drawing board and analyze what went wrong in their theories, they would be laughed out of existence. Only mainstream economics is able to continue under this fraud of existence. Not only that, but with a level of arrogance unforeseen in any other what do you want to call it? Scientific endeavor? It's not even a scientific endeavor. So yeah, those guys, they're done. They're trying to protect their domain. All of them still have very high positions in quote unquote respected areas of academia or business, whatever. Fine. Let them stay there. I have no problem with that, because that just translates into money for me and profits for me and my people who subscribe with me. So that's the answer. You do not trade MMT. You use MMT as a tool to understand the economy and the effect on the economy from policy. You do not trade MMT. So when you hear stuff like that, you got to laugh, because that is just outright somebody expressing the fact that they know nothing about what they are talking about. It's pretty good, right? We take advantage of that. All right. See everybody later. Bye-bye.